Hi everyone, welcome back to Grow Roots. This is Shannon and today we are going to be planting up my 3-tier planter. I apologize, I wanted to start this with showing you what it looked like before, and I actually did that last weekend, except that the footage didn't quite turn out. So today is a lovely overcast spring day here in North Texas, and I am getting ready to take out these cocoa fiber liners and these plants from my 3-tier planter and plant it up with some Proven Winners plants that I picked up from Green Acres. And I will be finding spots for all of these lovely plants. Don't worry, I'm not going to be getting rid of them. I'll kind of show you what they are. But first I've got to kind of tackle some irrigation things too. So let me show you what I'm dealing with here. So here on this top tier, obviously this cocoa fiber has got to come out. It is so done. This is like wild purslane that's growing in here, so that will definitely be discarded. But I've got some pansies that I'll just find other places for because they're still really pretty. I have balloon flower that was grown from seed. I just even noticed the new growth last week. All of this growth is 1 week's worth of growth. And I grew this from seed, like I said, last year. I'm not about to get rid of this. So I'm going to find a spot in the garden to put this, and it's going to be beautiful. I actually thought about putting this into the new cocoa fiber liner and just having this whole top tier be balloon flower. But I'm kind of rethinking that because it's not going to be blooming the entire season, I don't think. So we'll figure something out with it for sure. But the thing that I need to tackle is when I set this up last year, which is my first year for this 3-tier planter, I put this irrigation line through the cocoa fibers. Here we go, you can see. And so I'm going to have to unclip that. I'm going to have to, see, this is right there. Okay, so I'm going to have to pull that through. I'm going to cut it right here, pull that line all the way down, and then I'll just start fresh, pull the new line through the new fibers, and then hook this up. And this is how I irrigated it throughout last season. It had 2 things up here, and I kind of put them here and there like that. And then what happens is the water floods there and then trickles all the way down, and it's really enough for that 3rd tier as well. And then I have a small drip line around the bottom, which actually is not quite enough. So sometimes I will, when it's going off, I'll just take this out and put this over the side so it's watering like the whole planter, because these 2 give off a lot of water. This planter turns out to be really well irrigated. So here we go, and let's get started. But last weekend I went ahead and I beat a thunderstorm. I was actually doing this while it was thundering outside and trying to beat the clock or beat the thunderstorm. But I took out what was already in this 3-tier planter, and I put new cocoa liners in, so it looks nice and clean now. And I also put brand new potting soil in here, as well as I mixed it with some compost. So it is ready to go, and let me show you what I'm going to put in. So on the top we have Superbenas Peachy Keen. I found these at Callaway's, and these were $7.99, and they are a little more peach. I don't know if you can see that. They are a little bit more like pastel-y peach than what the picture shows. However, when they do get when the centers bloom, they do bloom like this orangey peachy color, which is really what I'm kind of going for. And so we're gonna put 2 of these on top here. So they're gonna go in like so. And then for the middle tier, I actually have Supertunia persimmon. I absolutely love this plant. I tried it last year. I think I only had 1 in here, and it just kind of
exploded. It's very vigorous. It should be Supertunia Vista, to be honest, but it doesn't have that Vista name quite yet, but it is just this beautiful pink on the outside, pinkish orangish with yellow on the inside. I have 2 of these that are going to go in the middle here, and I also am going to mix those with some Proven Winners yellow Superbells. I found these at Home Depot actually just now. I couldn't find any yellow Proven Winners anything, and I needed something yellow to go in this middle tier, but I finally found some of these Superbells at Home Depot, and Home Depot's price is $6.98, at least our Denton Home Depot is. So I picked up some of those to go here, and then at the bottom I have 2 more of the Peachy Keen, the Superbena Peachy Keen, and 2 more of the yellow Superbells. So we'll put those in there and put these in here. And I think that's gonna look really, really nice once they are all planted up. All right, so here we are. This is the top tier, and like I said, we're gonna fill this top tier just with 2 of the Proven Winners Superbena Peachy Keen. So again, I told you that I already filled this with brand new potting soil and mixed it with half compost, and so I'm just kind of getting these out, and I'm gonna have to dig a little bit further down here, all the way down to make room for this guy. And something that I always do before I plant any annuals or perennials is I use Espoma Biotone. It is the best for starting plants. It makes sure that the roots are nice and happy. And so I just put a little sprinkle here. I'll probably put a little sprinkle over there for that next hole, and pop that in there, just so. And I can already tell I'm gonna have to add a little bit more potting soil and compost to this, but that's okay. I've got some ready to go. I'm gonna put the plant tag in here. I don't think I'm gonna forget that this is Superbena Peachy Keen, because I have wanted this plant for a really long time. I know this is Superbena Peachy Keen. I've been looking for it, and Callaway's had it. So here we go, and I need to dig way deeper too for this guy. Okay, that should be good. A little bit more biotone in there, and we are good to go. All right, so there goes the first tier. So, and now we're gonna start on the middle tier. The middle tier, I've got to dig out holes for all of these because I hadn't pre-dug them quite yet. But basically, you know the drill. You dig a hole. I try to use it in my pot and squish it in there, squish it down if I can. Yeah, that needs to be way deeper. Okay. All right, I think that should be good. Biotone. I love this plant so much. Supertunia persimmon is what's going in for this front layer. Just look at this. It's so pretty. Look at these roots. Holy moly. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to put a little bit more potting soil and things there as well. And then I'm also going to do Superbells Yellow. These aren't the best looking, and these are different shaped containers for Proven Winners. Again, these were Home Depot as opposed to Callaway's. $1 less expensive, but I feel like the container's not as big and they're not as healthy. That's just my opinion. All right, put some biotone in there. And just so y'all, if you're curious as to what the root systems actually are pretty good. It's just the plant that doesn't look the absolute best. But I'm just barely kind of taking this out at the bottom. That's all I'm doing. Okay. And then I'll tackle this one. Biotone in there. Again, that one looks pretty good. Okay, and now for this black one. Hope y'all can see me. Hello. Okay. So again, Supertunia persimmon back here, and dig a hole. That should be good. Some biotone. Ah, my biotone's over here. All right. Okay. All right, so hopefully y'all can see me. Now we are at the bottom tier. And again, just gonna dig those holes, put some biotone in. And what's going down here at the bottom is Proven Winners Superbells Yellow and Proven Winners Superbena Peachy King. Okay, so here is the 3-tier planter all planted up, and it looks beautiful. as is already. I love it. I love the combination. This one, I ended up going for peaches, oranges, and pinks and yellows. I think, you know, the persimmon brings in a little bit of that pink color with the yellow, and then of course the Superbells yellow. It's just absolutely needed, I think. And these Superbena Peachy Keen, the blooms that you see are a little bit faded and a little bit on the old side, but I have lots of blooms or buds that are coming up. So you'll see those a little bit brighter as it starts filling out and blooming at its best. But I really do love this. I think it's going to be beautiful. And I thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, everybody.